Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome back. Anyone who's returning, welcome anyone new. Today we are doing full moon eclipse readings, and this is so exciting. If you haven't yet checked it out, I had a conversation with my younger sister Jocelyn, who's an amazing astrologer, about the dynamics of this full moon eclipse and some readings that I did with that. They are still at the point of doing this reading. They're still on the main YouTube channel, but they are stored permanently in the membership area and on Patreon. So if you haven't checked out that conversation and you want to know more about the dynamics, please do check them out. And I will also put a link. Jocelyn's made a video about this as well, so I'll put that link in the description below these readings. Now, usually I draw the cards with you, but actually as I was preparing, these three cards just sort of fanned out of the pack, and I knew that they were the ones we were to use. And as I was choosing these beautiful objects, we have a crystal ball, we have a moonstone pendulum and a selenite heart. I was going to put the crystal ball down on pile 3, and literally as I was just picking it up, I put it down and it took itself on this incredible journey. I so wish I'd had the camera rolling, but you know, I don't when I'm preparing. And it took itself, I mean, it went all over this table, and then it wound itself back. It actually wound itself back just at the top here on pile 1. So I thought, okay, fair enough, you're with pile 1. That's what we're going to do. We're going to follow through with whatever we are guided to see. But you know, the energy around this full moon eclipse is actually remarkable in terms of new beginnings, in terms of something that is starting now. So that is what we're asking about. What magical new beginning is starting right now for you? Because this is a starting point where the energy is going to be with us for the coming year, really. It's going to kind of conclude in a year's time, but it is also paving the way for more than that, for a much kind of longer term future as well. There's something, it's like building a really solid foundation over the next year for something very special in your worlds, and it starts now. So that's what these readings are about. So let me show you the cards. I'll stop waffling here. Let me show you the cards. For pile 1, we have Punavasu, and we have the beautiful crystal ball that found its way to this card. Punavasu, and it's card number 7. Okay. Pile 2, we have the beautiful moonstone pendulum, and we have the card number 16, Vishaka. Okay, it says the star of purpose, Vishaka. Beautiful. These are independent creator cards as well. Beautiful cards. I'll put the link to them below if you're interested in them, to the creator's website. In fact, let me just show you the book. It's The Science of Light, Wisdom from the Stars. Beautiful cards. We then have also, for pile 3, we have the selenite heart, and we have card number 17, Anuradha. Star of success. I'm just reading here, really standing out for me. Anuradha. Lovely card, lovely energy. Okay, very powerful time, very magical time, quite extraordinary. A lot going on in the world, and 2025 is going to be something else. So, and those of you who have been inquiring about my Manifest with the Moon, Astro Moon Diary, I'll be putting the covers up to show you the new covers for the diary and the journal for next year. They will be coming really soon, and I will do a video about them, because I think we've got it cracked to be able to do potentially like an Australia version and an America version, just so that you've got the timings in a really accurate way, as well as a UK version. So anyway, I won't take up your time with that now, but I will let you know about it as soon as that's happening. So take your time, beautiful souls. Lean into the energy of these beautiful cards, these beautiful objects, the selenite heart, the beautiful pendulum, the moon pendulum, the moonstone pendulum, and this crystal ball, and see which of the readings is speaking to you. It could be more than one. If you're wishing for, or manifesting, actively manifesting for more than one new start, new beginning, then, ask. If you're not looking for a new beginning, there may well be some really interesting information about what's coming. So beautiful souls, I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments. That's what I usually do, just to give you a bit more time, and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Punavasu is a card of renewal. There's a mind-blowing energy around you. I feel like, almost like the world is your oyster. That's what's really coming through from this card already. We've got this bow and arrows. It's like when you fire an arrow, whatever you fire is going to come back to you. I almost want to say, what do you want to manifest? Get really still and get very, very focused on what it is you desire. Let's look at your runes. Excuse me. Okay, so your runes, we have Perth, the rune of initiation. We have partnership, Gibo. Now this can be a gift, but it can also be partnership, which is interesting because we have 2 cards sitting here together. Okay, the power to gain abundance. We have Rado, rune of journey, and we have Hagalaz. I feel like with Hagalaz is a rune, it's like Uranus, the Great Awakener. This reading is actually kind of saying, wake up to your power. You're more powerful than you realise. You are way more powerful than you realise. I think you are in a space of renewal, and in many ways, gosh, look at this, an egg in his hand opened and out comes a butterfly. I feel you are in a position really to kind of, I want to say, ask for more than one thing as well. It's as if the universe is ready to partner with you. Anything that in your world, I think for some of you there is something going on that you're not entirely, it's like you're not entirely satisfied. That's what this reading is feeling like. I would be getting very still and thinking about any areas of your world that are not entirely satisfactory. What is not entirely satisfying you? You know, there may be areas of your world where you're sort of rubbing along nicely, but it's not full, it's not satisfying. It's like not having a full meal or a full something. You have plant medicine, truth. Ah, okay. Yeah, there is an area of your world where I think you are needing to kind of admit the truth to yourself and acknowledge that something isn't exactly as you would like it to be. We have the Trout and Lily of the Valley, purification. And we have, straight out for you, Uranus, the Great Awakener. Your potential for sudden change, enlightenment and awakening. Wow. Okay, your cards really are mind-blowingly fascinating. I'm going to draw your tarot cards as well, and I'm going to use the Akashic Tarot just because eclipse moons are such a time, I mean, it's such a portal of energy that takes us into other, through the realms. You know, the veil is thin. We can access information in very different ways and access karmic information as well. So let's see what we're shown here for you. I think these and this and this. And what is on the base of the pack? Let's have a quick look. We have the Architect. It came out in reverse, but this is one of the few packs I do read in reverse. Okay. We have a lot in reverse. All of your cards are in reverse. How interesting. We have views of the ego. Yeah, this is a point where you can turn something around, actually. You're being asked to turn something around. Okay. Karmically, something is coming to an end. You don't have to repeat patterns anymore. With the karmic trench in reverse, what I'm seeing here is something in your world. The circumstances of your world are about to massively shift. Something is being turned around. Pure, generous, forgiving. We've got wealthy again, visible, infinity. Yeah. I think you've been through a period where you have felt very stifled and very stuck with something. I kind of said rubbing along nicely. And maybe for some of you that's true. It's been just ticking over, but that's what it feels like. It's just ticking over. It's not like fully alive, fully awake, fully passionate. Something in your world, I think, is coming to an end. And a new beginning is emerging. And that is what this eclipse is bringing. It's bringing this break open point. Now, this is really interesting, you know. With the Trout and the Lily of the Valley and Punavasi, both of these cards speak of restoration, the return of something. I want to ask if any of you may have, obviously you're not here, I can't ask you, but well, I'll ask, and we'll ask Spirit, we'll ask Source, but I feel like what we're being shown here is, I think something was taken away from you. That's why all these cards are in reverse. Something was taken away from you. Almost like for some of you, it could almost have been like your birthright, or for some of you, it was something that you worked for. Your wealth, your self-esteem, even for some of you, your credibility. Maybe somebody put you down behind your back. Maybe some of you were bullied. Something was taken away from you. And I think it's to be returned. That's what this is showing. This lightning bolt. And it will come because the truth will be seen. Yeah, something was taken away from you. I would venture to almost say stolen from you. But I use that word, not exactly loosely, but I use that word in a kind of an open sort of way. Like for some of you, it could be that it was life-changing. Something happened that took away a pathway that you were on. And when I say life-changing, so you could have found yourself having to move. Perhaps you lost something, or you lost a job and it took you had to then up sticks and move, so you lost something. This would even be like if you were adopted at birth, for example, and so you lost that particular life pathway. Your life pathway changed. Something is to be returned to you. Now, it doesn't take away the journey that you've been on. The journey you were on was karmically right. You came here to process certain things, some of you perhaps even generational trauma. But I think it's something is to be restored. Balance is to be restored. If wealth was taken from you, if somebody ripped you off, I think something will happen, circumstances will come so that you get back what was taken. You may not get it back directly from the person that ripped you off, but it's kind of like it's like karmically what was lost is returned, is gifted back to you. That's what this is about. That's what's this turning point. That's what is happening. That's what's going to happen. And with the truth being shown to you, this is such an interesting reading. I mean, it just is really, really interesting. Some sort of, there's that saying, isn't there? The truth will out. Something is revealed, something's shown to you. And it's like a bolt from the blue. We need to get some more cards, my beautiful souls. So I'm going to use the Crow Tarot. Literally as I picked up this pack, the card on the bottom flew out. So I'm just going to check that out first. Wow. Yeah, you've got the card of Justice. Justice will be served, whether that's karmically or otherwise. Knight of Wands, and I think it's going to happen quite fast. We've got the Two of Wands. Absolutely, it's like something is to unfold. Your direction will become very clear. Look at these two crows with the world. I said right at the start, I felt like the world is your oyster. What do you want to manifest? Something is to be cleared out of the way. Your self-esteem this is moving. This is moving. I don't know if you're watching this. And this desk that I sit at is very solid. It's a very old desk with some boards on the top, so that we can see the cards more clearly. That was moving. That caught my eye. That was moving. Yeah, things are moving. This is destiny. This is fate. The world is to be your oyster. Look at the world here being something is you're going to become visible, or the truth will out, or something is, whether it is karmically or in an actual circumstance, to be returned to you. That is what's happening. Visibility. Justice will be served. It's like almost in a karmic way. The world is to open up for you. Something, whatever blocked you or was, it does feel like it's got that flavour of like your birthright was stolen from you. Now, I don't, that will not directly apply to some of you, okay? But for some of you it may. But there's something about something, for some of you, you'd worked for something. It was yours. It was yours. You owned it. You worked for it. And somehow something comes to light. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Three of Cups, and we have the Four of Swords. I actually think for some of you as well, there's different messages coming through in this reading, and it's a general reading. It's going to reach a lot of people. There's some very specific energies around. Something is to be returned. But certain messages, I think for some of you, you were betrayed by a friend. There's a sense of betrayal around, interestingly enough. I feel you had to pick up the pieces as well from something. For some of you, this is perhaps relatively recent. For others, it's a little way away. It's a way ago, but you got put down. But this is the point of transformation. This is the point of restoration. It's not transformation, it's restoration, and that's a very different energy. It's happening fast, like a lightning bolt. Your potential for sudden change, enlightenment, awakening. If any of you are in a situation where you are currently restricted, if there's a current restriction around you, where you are feeling like you've kind of been through the mill and you're not quite sure what's coming next, or you're in any kind of situation that's restricting you, this is going to open and turn around. You'll receive some information very quickly that will enable you to take steps to move. Interestingly enough, I do see you contemplating this as well, though. We have the Four of Swords. But I also feel that actually what I think for many of you, what this is communicating is that you can lay something to rest. Like when you're vindicated. Like if you, again, it's this restoration. You're vindicated. For some of you, whatever took place, if somebody betrayed you, you're vindicated. The truth will out. And it's that vindication that kind of almost you're like, phew, I can move on. I mean, for those of you in the UK, it reminds me a bit of like the post office. We had a big thing here in the UK with the post office scenario where people were accused of something, of stealing money, and they had not done anything. They were just normal, everyday folk, postmasters looking after their post offices, and they were accused of stealing money. And then the whole thing came out in the open. And so, they've been vindicated. It's something is coming out in the open that will vindicate you. Or And it's something that changed the course of your life. And this will change the course of your life again, but in a better way. You're wealthy again. You're visible again. There's no... something is being vindicated. And that is what is coming for you from this. That's what this incredible, magical new beginning that's starting now is. Because your life will never be the same again. I mean, why would it? You've been, you're vindicated. There's nothing holding you back. I'm going to draw one more card for you, beautiful souls, but your message is really clear, really clear. It's this one here. Look at this, Sisters of the Spring Swallow, good fortune granted. Look how they are moving ahead with this beautiful bounty, wealthy again. I think in this instance, wealth is not just money. For some of you, it could be. You might get some form of compensation. But for others, it karmically, it could be that you are validated and you start to receive abundance. If money was taken from you, just karmically, it comes back to you. But I think abundance is in the truest sense of the word in your reading, pile one, where actually the abundance that comes to you is your peace of mind, your self-esteem, your personal self-value, knowing that you are seen, you are known, that you were right. Actually, for some of you, you were right. And, whatever took place is to be restored to you. It's, whether it's in real terms, which for some of you I think it will be, because something stopped you on a particular pathway, or just karmically, the universe rewards you for your processing of what happened, and you are restored by receiving the health and the wealth that you actually desire and deserve. For some of you, if you've been overloaded by stress and anxiety because of something that was going on, the truth will out, and therefore your health returns to you, and that would be the purest form of abundance that you could have. Your health, your wellness, your peace of mind. Pile one, fascinating reading. This is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. It is an absolute blessing to be connected with you. Tons and tons of love, pile one. Truly, this is absolutely what a turnaround. I mean, wow. Tons of love, pile one. Keep us posted. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have card number 16, Vishaka, and the beautiful moonstone pendulum. So this is a star of purpose, ambition, persistence, strong-willed, courage, the power to achieve many things in life. And we're asking, what incredible new beginning is starting for you now? Let's draw your runes. We have the rune of Manas, the self. We have the rune of Isa. This is the rune of standstill or stillness sometimes. We have Gibo, the rune of partnership. And then we have Uruz, the rune of strength. These are very, very interesting runes. Let's draw your oracle cards as well. Okay. This is an interesting card showing up for you. To move my bag of runes. Here we go. How interesting. I feel all three of these cards need to be shown for you. Let's just use them, and that's what's happening. What else do we have? We have self-abundance. We have Lodge, Council, and Middle World, Present. Wow, okay. Star of Purpose. This is a very interesting energy. These cards actually have writing on the back of them. I didn't read it in pile one, but I'm going to read it for you. Pathfinder, card number 22, North. How interesting, you've got a North and a South connection here. And look at these penguins, all walking in a row. Life is a journey, Shrouded by a veil of uncertainty, its path stretched elusively before you. As you live your journey, it is your faith in spirit that is the catalyst and the torch that moves you forward and lights the way. Fortunately, spirit lives within us all. The Pathfinder shaman walks the trail before you, lending his hand in the form of extraordinary symbols. But this shaman is frightening at first because you're not sure what he is presenting to you. What is it that he's carrying? A cross. If that doesn't resonate, what would? Perhaps a lightning bolt or a beautiful clay pot. What are your symbols? What is the central tree or post of your foundation? How interesting, we have 2 posts here. The Pathfinder stands in the physical, in the present, in the middle world, but is overcome with the beauty of spirit. He offers all of his wisdom to you. Go deeply within to find that blue sky, your center. And of course, the lodge is about going in. A sacred lodge is about sitting in a space where you are fully connected to spirit. You can be shown, gifted, with visions, with insights, with direction. I think we should draw more cards, but I do believe that this beginning is going to show you your purpose. If you're not sure what it is already, the beaver and birch, home. We have birch trees. Birch trees are symbolic of new beginnings. Let's see what astrology card shows up for you. We have Neptune, your fantasies, yearnings, longings, and potential for illusion. Okay, I think you are potentially to be gifted with the knowledge of your true purpose. And that is what's going to unfold over the coming year. Let's draw from the Akashic Tarot, because this really takes us into the realm of destiny, karma. What is coming through for you? Taking a card on the base, we have on track. It came out in reverse. How interesting. Okay. We have 4 of Roses, views of the ego. We have the Muse, setting your course, and birth. How interesting. Look at your cards. Would you just look at your cards? Okay. This is about setting your course. This is about finding your purpose, getting on track, getting yourself back on track as well. This came out in reverse. I feel with the Muse in reverse as well, some of you may have lost sight of your calling, your purpose. Your spirit team are trying to send you signs. They're trying to show you what you need or what your direction should be. We have a north-south connection here, right in the immediacy of your world. Look at this beautiful sun here, this ball of light, and we have just the same here. I think it is as though some of you have not exactly lost your way, but something has come to a standstill, or it's slowed down, or for some of you, you may even have had some experiences that meant that you lost, I can't say lost, for some of you maybe lost your own sense of self-esteem. For others, you may have become very fixated on one particular pathway, and your reading is trying to open you up to something, to a different possibility. This is about realigning whatever's going to take place with this eclipse moon, the beginning, the magical, the incredible beginning that's starting now. You're being shown, it's not exactly a new direction for some of you, but it is a gateway, and it's actually to get you back on track, to help you to follow your calling, your purpose. Some of you have either been waylaid or thought that it would work in one particular way, and in fact it's going to be working in a different way. There may be some course correcting to be done. I think you've invested a lot in something, and actually maybe your approach to it is needing to be tweaked or adjusted. This is all about getting back on track. Maybe just life has thrown you some curveballs or just slowed you down, and you've just honestly begun to wonder whether what you thought was your calling was your calling. You know, maybe just life events have been challenging, and you've kind of sat there and thought, well, you know what, if this was meant to happen, it would have run more smoothly. But actually those might have been signs and signals to help you to be on track, or to help you to gain the skills you needed to be on track. There's some kind of a halt, or there's been a halt or a slowing down of something. Or indeed, it could be that some of you have been very ambitious, and maybe it didn't happen fast enough, and so then you've lost trust or lost faith in your idea or your project, and actually you're being asked to get back on track here. Get back up in the saddle is what I'm hearing. Let's draw some more tarot cards. Whoa, okay. There was like an electric shock almost that came from these. I was going to look at the card on the base, actually, because that kind of felt like it was pushing through. We have the Six of Cups. You are being given signs. Your spirit team are trying to bring you signs to show you how to get back on track, or to reinforce. For some of you, it's reinforcing the direction that you're on. For others, it's course correcting. But this is all about purpose, calling, direction, what you're meant to be doing, what you're meant to be bringing. Okay, what do we have in your cards here? Hey, pile. Oh, look at this pile two. You have the Fool. You have the King of Swords. Then we have the Two of Swords, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. My beautiful souls, I actually think for probably most of you, actually, a change, there is a new window of opportunity, a new direction that you're meant to take because of the Fool. It might feel a bit risky for you, and you're being given the signs and the signals to take this pathway. It is your calling. Now, I think when we are called to a purpose, sometimes that doesn't arrive in the easiest way. You know, sometimes, the universe can give you an almighty nudge in a particular direction, and sometimes it can feel like a brick to the head. It's just really, really hard. But you are definitely being nudged in a particular direction. Signs, signals, synchronicities are being shown to you. And that's what's happening. Circumstances around you are orchestrating to bring you a gift. This is about your calling and purpose. It's your partnership with Spirit. That's what I'm seeing. And you're not actually seeing all of the signs or the symbols, or you may be interpreting them. I think that is coming through with this Two of Swords here. It may be that you're interpreting those signs and signals as being one thing when they mean another. It would be like if you were writing a book, for example, and you're having real writer's block, and you're getting really, really stuck, because somehow, even though you know exactly the storyline that you want to write, you know what the purpose of the book, and you know the storyline, and somehow you're just struggling. It's because it isn't that the book's wrong. It's not that you shouldn't write the book. You might be thinking, I'm just not meant to write this because nothing's working, the words aren't flowing, it's just not getting there. It's not that it's not the book to write. It's just that the storyline needs to take a slightly different twist or a different turn. And rather than being fixated on writing exactly the structure of that story, or as you imagined you were going to do it, and sticking to that rigidly, there is another way. We have the Ten of Pentacles. There is another route to get to the end goal. The key here is to do with your own capacity to change your perspectives here. The Queen of Wands is all about transformation. The moment you shift your perspective about something, your perspective on what's happening around you, and you recognize that what's going on around you is a sign, that is showing you the direction you're meant to go in, then you can drop the way in which you're currently proceeding. You can drop that old storyline and move forwards immediately. Let it go and move on. That's what we're being shown here, actually. There is a different way of doing it, or a different way of seeing it. And I think it will launch you into that calling, that pathway, that purpose. For some of you, I mean, I've used the example of the book, but for some of you, this is a very big life-changing event. Maybe things are not working in your current job or in a current relationship, a partnership. And you're just thinking, you know, I haven't the strength to get through this. I haven't the strength to turn this around. But it may be for some of you that you're meant to apply for a different job or go for a different job. If you've been applying for, let's say you're applying for work and you constantly keep applying for a particular type of work and nothing's coming through to you, it's because you're meant to apply for something different. If you get still enough, you'll be shown the signs and the signals that you need to know what direction you're meant to be in. So it really does feel like this is like getting back. This is all about getting back on track, or for some of you, getting on track. And it's about purpose, direction. So if something has floored you, it's time to build again, to start afresh. You'll be shown the signs and the signals as to how to proceed. The message is very, very clear, actually. Your spirit team are working with you, and they want to actively work with you. Maybe some of you perhaps are very gifted as well. Perhaps you have the gift of a vision, of sight, and you are being called to use those gifts, actually. Perhaps you haven't been thinking about doing so. You haven't thought about integrating your gifts into your present world. But you're being called to bring those gifts to light. Perhaps you've considered bringing those gifts to light, following a career or a pathway that allowed you to really follow through with those elements within you that maybe you have kept a little bit hidden. Those spiritual gifts here with Neptune. It's time to believe in those gifts and take them forth into the world. But not in an ego-y way. This is about purpose. It's about recognition. And I think this is the key to success, actually. It's about recognition that your calling, your gifts, it's like the driver for this needs to be your purpose, and then you will be rewarded with everything you need to do that, rather than the driver being, gosh, I wonder if I could make $1 million if I started doing this. It's not about that kind of driver. It's the driver is the actual spiritual purpose. You're being shown this. There is a gateway. Literally, this portal of the eclipse energy is bringing you a portal to step through, to take an ownership of your gifts, of your purpose. Look at this blessing of the kite dancer. Can you see that she flies over a dam here? Now this is interesting because what this card speaks of is, I'll place this here. What this card speaks of is obstacles that are in your way. The rune of standstill. So if you are feeling like in your present world there are currently obstacles ahead of you, and it means you can't really see how you're going to step over them. You know what you want to build. You already know your calling and your purpose, but you don't know how to get it off the ground. And that's very much an energy of this full moon eclipse today. It's about setting intentions, and then the universe will assist you in getting these off the ground. I think that the obstacles in front of you, you will be able to leap over them with absolute ease. And you will be given exactly what you need to do that. What else do we have here? She rides with wild spirit unbroken. Beautiful card. Yeah, you're going to be able to rise above any difficulties. If you're finding that you are, I don't know, there's something around you that is feeling a little bit sticky for some of you. It's not quite resonating with you. You can't quite yet. You've got a vision, but you don't know how to make it happen yet. The vision is good. Don't give up on the vision. The vision is absolutely right. Don't get despondent because it isn't immediately with you. You will be shown. You're going to be gifted signs. You're going to need to be very alert to signs, to signals, to synchronicities. Let's draw a few more cards from the Akashic Tarot. May we ask about signs, signals, synchronicities? Okay, Courting the Ruins, the Scribe, and seeing this card, we have the King of Forces. Okay. I think that your calling actually is your purpose. Yeah, we've got the Scribe. For some of you, your calling and your purpose is to write, to create. For others, I think it connects to harmony on the land. For some reason, you are a little bit tangled in your head around how to make this possible, how to make this happen. This is the star of purpose, ambition, persistence, courage. This is about courage, strength. The power to achieve many things in life. I kind of want to say get out of your own way. Pile 2. That's what I want to say. Get out of your own way. Your spirit team will bring you all of the signs and the signals you need to know how to overcome any obstacles in your way. I think at the moment some of you are a bit despondent or feeling like you don't know your calling or your purpose, or you do and it's not happening, or you're stuck in some way. It will move forwards. But you're going to be shown, that's what this is, a turning point. It's a point of recognition. You've kind of got to own your desires and then get out of your own way and let your spirit team work with you. This is definitely a partnership with spirit. Here we have advice, guidance as to how the signs might show up. What do pile 2 need to be alert to? We've got the Sun. And we've got the Emperor. How very interesting. Wow, these are powerful cards. For starters, you do need to get out of your own way. Take charge of your own head and anything in you that says no. You've got to believe in your ambitions. Can you believe that? This candle has just gone out. Look at that, the way it is smoking. You've kind of, do you know, I think in a way with the Sun here and the Emperor, I think you have to let go of any kind of ego attached to your dreams. Let me get you another candle. Here we go. I think this is literally, it's like reigniting, relighting your connection with Source, with Spirit. Affirming your connection with your spirit team. Doing what you're going to do for the love of it, and then Spirit will provide you with the way forwards. Very much get out of your own way. You can have your big ambitions. You can bring them forth. Absolutely, this can be made absolutely real in the 3D world. But it's taking charge of your head, taking charge of and really aligning with Spirit. And I mean, this is not easy, is it, to trust fully that you'll be absolutely guided. But this is very much about having a mindset of ambition, of desire and of purpose, and holding that mindset. Trusting that Spirit will give you exactly what you need when you need it. I do feel there's some despondency, some stuckness, or something that is in the way, but it seems to me to be largely internal. I'm not saying there aren't external things that you have to overcome. I think there are. I think there's definitely an energy of something around you. Even this beaver, it looks like it's inside. It's like these beautiful birch trees almost look like the bars of a prison. But you can chew your way out of this, you know. If you're in circumstances that are feeling restricted or stuck, this reading is telling you you can get out of this circumstance and your spirit team will help you. Align with Spirit, align with Source. You have an ambition. Hold your ambition, hold your dream in mind, and be prepared to act upon it, but it's kind of like small steps to get there. There'll be obstacles to be overcome, but you'll breeze them. Honestly, you'll come through them so easily. Given that this full moon eclipse, at the timing of doing this reading, whenever you come to it, is this point of new beginnings. The incredible magical new beginning that's starting now is your calling and your purpose. Everything you've been doing to now has contributed to giving you the life skills you need to be able to do this, to fulfill this purpose. A big transformation is coming. And remember, this eclipse moon begins a sort of a year of potentiality. So there's a year in which things are going to be taking place step by step by step for you until your ambitions kind of become fulfilled and real. So that there is an obstacle, but you have the King of Forces here, so you can make this real. This can be grounded in the real world. You are going to have to work at it with the scribe. And the biggest issue right here and right now is getting out of your own way and holding that faith, that trust, and step by step letting this unfold. I feel like, Rome wasn't built in a day, as that saying goes. You have a dream, you have a purpose, and you are being guided to walk that pathway, to pick up that purpose and do it. But it's getting out of your own way, getting out of your own head, and then doing it step by step. I don't think this is a purpose that just happens overnight. I think it's not. I think it will come fast. There will be steps to take. I think it will emerge. I don't think it's not going to emerge. And you need to be quite crystal clear. You'll have to put some things down in order to embrace it fully. But my beautiful pile 2, with great excitement, the Sun and the Emperor. I mean, you couldn't have a greater affirmation that you're going to be, the pathway will unfold for you. You'll be given what you need to do exactly what you want to do, to build whatever it is you're building. How interesting. Do you know, I don't have any cats in my garden, okay? And a cat has just walked through my garden. My garden is usually full of birds. That is the first time in months that a cat has just walked very calmly, very steadily through my garden, just past my window. Cats are very independent. Now, this cat was walking steadily. It was also an older cat. If for some of you have an issue in your head where you think you're too old, or there won't be enough time to really be able to achieve what you want to achieve, there will. Just take it step by step. That's a message that was coming for some, but not all. Yeah, this is the beginning of a year where I think you can manifest your purpose, your calling. I think there is potentially a big outcome for you that is loaded with success and wonderfulness, but you've got to get out of your own way, and you've also got to recognize it will come step by step, sign by sign being gifted to you, rather than like a dramatic bolt out of the blue, da-da, here it is. This is recognizing you have to work for it, and as long as you work with persistence and a clear, strong will, this will unfold for you through and through and through, step by step. Pile 2. This is your reading. It feels like a very big year of profound transformation for you, and I think you will get to where you're going. But it is very much about aligning with spirit, having faith and trust. Some of you do feel like you are surrounded by something that's enclosing you, but you can chew your way out of it. But it is step by step. It's not a big break open. It's steady, solid work that's going to get you there, and it will get you there. It absolutely will. Pile 2, tons of love. Thank you so much for being here. If this is resonating with you, I look forward to seeing you again. Tons of love, my beautiful souls. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have Anuradha. How interesting. The Star of Success. I feel that we are at an opening. I mean, I guess any full moon eclipse is an opening, but I feel like this is success due to wisdom or success due to hard work. Something's opening for you because kind of like, you're worth it. You deserve it. Let's draw your runes. We have... Okay, we've got Perth, Initiation. We've got Harvest. Wow, Jira. We have Lagos, Flow, and we have Isa. This is the rune of Standstill. Don't be in a hurry, beautiful souls. Enjoy the journey. Your world is unfolding. Your world is literally opening up. You are at the beginning of a whole new phase of life, like a marriage. When a couple come together and, they are blessed at this point and, they are beginning a whole new life. You are literally at a point of opening. Oh, the world is unfolding for you. Let's get more information. I was about to draw your tarot cards, but let's do oracle cards first. Your world is unfolding. Oh, you have 2 from this pack. Look at this. White buffalo, the provider of all. Wow, and look at this bird flying. It's like, I want to say freedom is coming for some of you in some way, shape or form. Can we please have more information? What is unfolding here? We have the shaman completion and the middle world. This came out in pile 2 as well. So if you were drawn to pile 2, it may be relevant for you. Present. Gosh. Okay, so something has come to an end and therefore you are at a point of new beginning. Let's get more information. We have the lizard and pitcher plant. Lizards are about the dream time. This is very interesting because this is also a card of stagnation. Something is about to open up for you. Maybe you have been trapped. These are like fly catchers. Some of you may have been trapped almost in your own illusion of what is possible, but something is about to be released. Freedom is coming through here. You're about to be given something, or something is about to unfold. Something's about to come to fruition with the harvest rune that will enable you to flow, to give you the freedom, maybe the freedom to create. Your ability to transform, Pluto, take a big leap forwards and rebirth. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, let's put that over here. Let's draw from the Akashic Tarot. What's going on karmically for you? Yeah, I think you're going to find your freedom from something, some kind of situation. It could be the ending of just a phase where it's felt like you're wading through treacle. It could be an ending of a period of illness. It could be an ending of a period of lack for some of you with harvest. But you've been trapped by something. I mean, if you don't have enough money, then you can't live a full life. I mean, I'm not particularly personally money orientated, but we all have to recognize we have bills to pay. If you want to have a flourishing life and even going out with your friends, it's going to cost something. If you just want to go out and watch a movie or have a meal, it costs something. I feel like maybe you've been trapped. If you've been trapped in poverty in some way, not enough, you haven't been able to move forwards, it's coming to an end. I'm saying this and this and this. I want also to take this one here. Okay. We have Fated Meeting. It's in reverse. Oh, this is interesting. One of Keys, the Architect. 8 of Keys, the Master Artisan. Caught in the Ruins. Okay. We have the 4 of Scrolls. This is interesting. It's in the upright position. And we have the card of Balance. Okay. Now the Fated Meeting card in reverse speaks of an opportunity that you could miss. Ah, this is what this is about. I think you're being given a second chance at something. Yeah, it's something that you tried once before, or you had a go at it once before, and maybe it didn't work out. Back to that feeling like you were trapped in lack. Maybe you didn't have the funds to do something, but this is now a second opportunity. This time you'll be given what you need in order to take something forwards, to step through the gateway. Maybe you were fearful of taking a risk. Maybe you were fearful of, because we're seeing the phoenix rising from the ashes. Maybe you had a go, but the timing was not right. But now, in the present moment, the timing is right. I think with the shaman card, it's like something has come, the circle of life and the spirals of creation. The timing is now right for you to have another go at something, or to have the freedom to create, the freedom to do something that you wanted to do. Maybe you've always had a dream, but you had to follow a different pathway because circumstances around you restricted you and you weren't able to therefore commit to what you really wanted. This is a new opportunity to do that. Now, these cards have messages on the reverse of them, so I'm going to read them to you. Love. Wow, all you need is love. Rewrite the scary stories you tell yourself. Create a new vision of your innate beauty and love what you are. All you need is love. Make your sacred shield from the stars and the phases of the moon and define your intent. Be yourself, a beautiful new dream created by your night flights, and call in your beloved, your soulmate. Your ceremonial feathers are your wings, and your elk horns are your antennae to the ancestors who love you. Your life is a sacred bundle made up of love and your dreams. You become what you think and dream. If you love all that is, you become the great mystery in all things. If you tell yourself a scary story, the world becomes a chimera, clouded from view. Rewrite what you tell yourself as a powerful new vision for sleep at night. Release your dove of peace and let her take your fears out of sight. With new intentions, tie your sacred thoughts to the headdress of your imagined success. You have love so that you may have roses in winter. Wow. That's beautiful. Okay, for some of you, this will not be all because this is a general reading. For some of you, there may be a second chance at a relationship because this is also about relationships. It may be that there is a revival or an opportunity to reconnect with someone, something that died a bit of a death, or that felt that you were trapped or it was not going to work. Maybe you were fearful of being trapped, felt that your dreams would be stifled, and so we do have a marriage here. Perhaps you just didn't feel that there would be enough freedom within this relationship, but there is something about a new opportunity here. What does this card say? This is about intent. Wow, Game of Thrones. This is the north direction. Hear the herds of buffalo thundering in the distance as they run, carving the path for the buffalo to come. Like them, you are an echo of the ones who walked before you, and you will one day be gone from this place. What will be your legacy? In the mystery, you begin to feel the glory of existence for the great white buffalo and the prairie dog alike. Both are powerful in their own ways. You begin to sing your songline, a harmony of feeling and experiences that create your unique story. If you have outgrown your stories, change them and make them better. Trust that inspiration will come to you. Imagine your perfected self. Seek the strength of your intent and your ability to love and forgive yourself. When evening comes, give thanks for the awareness that you have found. Be reborn into a new sense of well-being and perfection. Sing the new song that comes from your heart. Listen to the echo of your voice in the canyons as the sound plays with the air. The eagles screech on high. You are the food of echoes. It is law, and it has always been that way. Okay. I am seeing you in a space right now where you can set an intent to have something that you have dreamed of For some it's relationship, for others it's more. But you can, a period of feeling stuck or trapped by circumstances or by your own inner perspectives is coming to an end. Something that you have in the past dreamed of, or even something real in the past that didn't work out. There is a new opportunity here now to rewrite that story. From a balanced perspective, to literally rewrite your karmic story. Some of you may even have believed or been led to believe that somehow karmically you couldn't have something. Well, you can. This is a direct challenge to this. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's time to step out of some kind of a pattern within you that says you can't and rewrite the story saying, I can. This is what your reading is saying. And this is what magical opening is starting now. And it is beautiful. Whatever it is that you want, you can have it. But the rewriting of the story is now. It's like setting your intent, rewriting that story, knowing you can have it. The karmic trench is interesting because it speaks of patterns. It's interesting that there is a horse here. How interesting in this card, the karmic trench. Can you see there is a white horse and a little house here? And then in the present time, in the middle world, we have a little house and we have a white horse. You can change right now in the present. This is the message, right here in the present moment. What you think, say and do is creating your future. Right here in the present moment, you can rewrite your story. There is an opportunity for you to rewrite the story of something that you want and desire. And I think circumstances, something that you have not been able to manifest before, or you feel that all the chances are gone. Well, they're not gone. The chances are being opened for you. We have the One of Keys. We have the Architect. You can design and create exactly the world that you want. If that is a relationship and love, then that is what you can have. You are rising from the ashes. This is a point of profound transformation. Let's draw more cards. Can we get more detailed information, please, about what is actually arriving or how this is arriving? Is it purely the intent of pile 3 that they have to change, or are circumstances arriving to assist? Maybe ask, please. Okay, so you have the 6 of Wands, which is the card of success. It's also being seen. Okay. We then have the 4 of Cups. We then have the 5 of Cups. We've got the 2 of Wands. The Lovers. This is interesting. The Knight of Swords. I'll take this one. And the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. I think for some of you, if this is connecting to relationship for you, then someone who disappointed you in the past is about to come back into your world. And this is about, don't hold a grudge. Don't hold it against them. Because I think they're coming in with genuine intent. Maybe they didn't really respect you or hold you in the high esteem that you deserved. Perhaps they didn't really see you. But I think now they do. I think for some of you, someone is actually coming back in. It was a previous opportunity that was missed, not necessarily by you. Could have been by you, but it could have been by them. If this isn't about relationship for you, then there's a choice that you have previously made, or somebody else made, or whatever, a choice that you made previously. There's an opportunity to reevaluate that choice and do something differently. Or to go back and kind of, it's like having you've got a second go at something here. And this time you can really rise to the challenge. So if there was something that you wanted to step into, and I'm going back to relationship again, but if there was someone you really liked and you didn't approach them and you really, really have regretted it, now's the time to go and approach them. Don't cling to these attitudes that say you can't have this. Embrace the fact that you can. Don't hold back on this. Let it rise. Let it come to you. This is fascinating. Let's see if there's any more information for you, pile 3. Maybe see if there's any more detailed information about what this is about. Something that didn't work. There is a return to something. It is a second chance. We've got up in the air, and it came out in reverse. The lookout, and we have the Akashic Library. Interesting, it came out in reverse. Okay, this is not set in stone. Maybe something that was on hold or didn't work out. This is like burning. Maybe something went wrong, whatever it was. You can put it behind you now. There's a need to put something behind you here, most definitely. Put it behind you and move on. Start afresh. You don't have to follow the same karmic pattern. If something didn't work out and you thought, well, that's it for me, it's never going to be, it's never going to work for me, it's not written in the stars for me, well, that's what you're creating with those words. This is time to stop, stand still and rewrite your story. Review where you are, because there's an opportunity around you for something that you really, really want, or someone. It's either something that you really want or it's someone that you really want. And it's something that you didn't believe you could have. It could be lack, going back to what I was saying earlier about maybe that there's something, if you've been living in lack or restrictive circumstances, it's believing that will change. But I think something's coming to give you an opportunity. So someone could hand you an opportunity, offer you a job, and you might think, well, I don't know if I can really take that. Well, I'd be taking it, I think. Yeah, something that you didn't think you could have, you can. This is all about rewriting your story. Let's get some more cards. May we have any further information at all? You have Judgment. So this is the time. The timing is now right. This is absolutely the right timing now. It really is to do this. We have the card of Strength. Yeah, this is the time to build the long-term future and to overcome any challenges within you, any of your fears that this can't happen. We have the Six of Swords. This is literally putting the past behind you and moving on. And you have the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, this is like the lottery win of the tarot. This is the moment in time to put something behind you, let it go, move on, put it down. Whether that is a belief in lack, whether it's a belief that someone or a relationship can't work out. I do think for some of you there is a circumstance or something coming back. It is like basically it's a second chance, another opportunity. Whatever that means for you, any hesitation you have around this, I would really be having the courage to follow it through based on your reading. This is inviting you to step up, not down. Put it behind you, move on. Any fears attached to this pathway forwards, put them behind you and move on. Any fears or concerns about a particular person, put them behind you and move on, as it were. Yeah, this is definitely a point of rising from the ashes. This is beautiful. I mean, this is the star of success. The timing is now right for this to unfold for you, whereas previously, I think karmically, the timing just wasn't right. This is time to rewrite the story of the future. And it will be specific. There's something very specific to you, which could be love, relationships. It could be a specific person. It could be a circumstance, but whatever it is, it's time to rewrite, to change your perspective of how you perceive them or you perceive the the lack of possibility around it and shift it to a space of possibility. It's time to write the future that you desire. Put it into place, make it happen. The moment you write it, that's when the universe can start to deliver. But you do have to put something behind you in order to enable this to move along. And wow, it will flow. I mean, this is a gift being given to you. It's a harvest coming in. This is, you'll know what it is for you. You'll know what it is for you. But it's definitely the right time to choose to take it forwards. It's not exactly that it was a missed opportunity. I think the timing just wasn't right. But the timing now is, actually. It could be like the one you thought the one that got away. That kind of flavour to it. But, that could be a job. It could be a friendship. It could be it could be anything. You'll know what it is for you. It could be the place you wanted to go and live in. You had an opportunity to up sticks and go work over there temporarily, and you didn't take it. Well, now's the chance. You can take it. Go explore, because it's going to be a really good fit for you. Perhaps you always wish you'd taken that opportunity. There's something here. You'll know what it is for you. Pile 3, I am sending you so much love, beautiful souls. Truly, truly. Do keep us posted in the comments. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to anyone new. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and just thank you so much. This is a really interesting time because what's going to unfold this year. This is the starting point of a new beginning. So what is unfolding for you is actually something that you really have wanted. It's fab. Pile 3. I am so excited for you. Tons of love.